Hey guys, Bad Infos here, and this is GTA San Andreas. In this video I'll show you all the hidden horseshoe locations in the game, including all the areas surrounding them, and we'll pinpoint this spot on the map so you get a better understanding where each one is located. It's possible to collect them all at the beginning of the game, before you even pass the first mission. However, I suggest not doing that because collecting them all at constant 4 stars is not easy. You can do it right after you pass the Yika Boom Boom mission, which unlocks the desert and you won't have police trouble. Sure, that's fine, you can do it then, but if you start the collection right after you pass the Green Goo mission, you can use the jetpack. The jetpack is the ideal mode of transportation for horseshoe hunting, and I'll be using it for the majority of them. In GTA San Andreas we have 50 horseshoes total, and they're all located in Las Venturas. With that said, let's begin the horseshoe hunt. We're starting off at the very top left corner of Las Venturas at the very entrance of it. Just look for the Welcome to the Fabulous Las Venturas sign, and underneath it is the first horseshoe. We can see 2 safe houses here which are right next to the train tracks. The one which is the closest to the train tracks contains a horseshoe. Let's collect it. We have a golf course in this game and a big parking lot right next to the golf course. This is the building of it. On the roof we can find the next one. Here it is. We have a huge pool here with a few red dots. Inside the pool is the 4th horseshoe. Pretty close to the pool we have a few tennis courts. At the very last one over here we have a horseshoe. This is a pretty secluded place. You need a helicopter or a jetpack to get here. What you have to do is find this huge chimney and go right below the chimney, and you'll see the next one. We have a bunch of billboards here, a huge parking lot. If you head this way to the side of these 2 buildings, you'll see it right next to the fence. There's a huge hotel here with a very funky looking pool. Inside the pool we have an oyster and also a horseshoe. This is the police station over here. We have a gas station too, a blue church. If you go on the left side of the church, jump this fence, you'll see the horseshoe. Again, pretty close by, this is the gas station, the police station, and you can find this huge billboard. Underneath this billboard specifically is this one. This is the highest horseshoe. It is on top of a huge hotel and there's a parachute right next to it. This is the same hotel. We can see a train hard sign. Pretty close to the sign behind this fence is the next one. The same hotel is here and the same sign, but on top of this roof is the 13th horseshoe. We have a bunch of stores here. We also see a cowboy in the distance. Behind this blue fence is the 14th horseshoe. We can see an interesting looking hat over here at this motel, and also the cowboy. If you land your jetpack over here and walk for a little bit, on the right side you'll see the horseshoe. There are a bunch of trees over here with a parking lot. We have 2 buildings with pretty similar roofs. On top of this one at the center is the next one. This is the red steakhouse. Behind it we have a casino. On top of the casino roof is the 17th one. We have a baseball stadium over here. We also have a yellow crane. On top of these containers is the next one. I'm closer to the stadium right now. Right next to the parking lot we can see a restaurant building. Climb on the wall and collect it. If you go 1 house over to the left from your safe house, you can see this fence and this red building. Right next to the fence and the building is the next one. The other stadium is pretty close by. Across the street at this place is Horseshoe 21. This is the airport, and there's no good way of showing you the exact location for this. Just look for these 2 dodos. Pretty close to them is the next one. Similarly, this one is also at the airport, and there's no good way of showing you the exact location. At the very center of the same airport, right next to this building, we can find the 24th horseshoe. At the very center of the university yard we can find the 25th horseshoe, 25 more to go. The freeway is pretty close by. Right next to the sumo building, which is yellow, we can find the next one. Again pretty close to the highway, right next to these palm trees, and this building is the next horseshoe. This place has a huge parking lot, a bunch of palm trees and a funky looking building. On top of it is the next one. This is one of the entrances to Las Venturas. Below this street we can see this horseshoe. There we go. This one is pretty hard to pinpoint, just look for the center house over here. In the backyard is the next horseshoe. Just like the previous one, in the backyard of a building is the next one. This one, however, is a lot closer to the freeway. The entrance to Uzi's casino is right over here, right behind the casino, right next to the parking lot. On the building is the next one. For this horseshoe I highly suggest using a jetpack. You can also use of course a helicopter, but a jetpack is the perfect vehicle for it. There's a church right next to the freeway. On the roof of it is the next one. At the very bottom right side of Las Venturas, over here on this dumpster, is Horseshoe 35. We have a bunch of air conditioners on this building. Across the street, however, we can find a few stairs. Just climb these stairs or just land with your jetpack on this horseshoe. It's a pretty hard one to collect. We have a bunch of towers here at this castle. On top of this tower, however, you can find the next one. At the very top of the giant pyramid we have a horseshoe. And right behind the giant pyramid over here we have the next horseshoe. This is Caligula's casino. Across the street we can find a huge parking lot with a huge parking sign. Just count 1, 2, and on the third floor is the next horseshoe. This is one of your safe houses which has a huge skeleton right next to it. Go towards the skeleton and collect the horseshoe. We have a bunch of waterfalls here. If you start counting from right to left 2 times, you can see the horseshoe behind the second one. This is the entrance to the Clown's Pocket Hotel. Just go on top of the roof of the hotel and here is the horseshoe. Look for the 24/7 building which is right next to the parking lot. In between these 2 buildings is Horseshoe 44. We have a clicking bell here, a steakhouse and also a gorgeous looking palm tree. It's on the roof. We have a bunch of stores over here. We have a pizzeria and also a zip store. On top of this building is Horseshoe 46. For this one I suggest using a jetpack. It's the ideal vehicle again. Just go on top of this billboard, land on it and collect it. For the next horseshoe you need to find the entrance to the underground train tracks, which is right over here in front of the general store. Just enter the underground train tracks, fly for a bit, and you'll see it right over here, 48. Pretty close to the Rock Hotel and the erotic sign. On top of this building is the next one. And the very last horseshoe in the game can be collected in front of this casino sign. And with that guys, I completed my collection of horseshoes. And now let me show you what you get as a reward. First of all, collecting a horseshoe is gonna give you $100 each, making it a total of $5,000 for all the horseshoes. Separately from that, you're gonna receive $100,000 as a bonus. The next reward is your luck is gonna increase to max. And lastly, 4 weapons are gonna spawn in front of the 4 Dragons Casino entrance. We have satchel charges, a combat shotgun, an M4 and an MP5. So this was it guys, I hope I helped you out. If you have trouble with any other collectible then click on the screen and I'll see you in the next one.